Hey fellow babies, welcome back to the Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. I'm your host, Michael Pachter, your host and your star and your only actor. I hope that you are watching this real time as a Patreon patron of SIFTD.net. It's inexpensive and it pays the bills and keeps Shane in gasoline, which has come down in price, so that he can come out here. Other ways to help fund Shane's endeavors, you can sign up as a subscriber to our YouTube channel. That's also inexpensive and you'll get this stuff real time. And the third way, which costs you nothing, is to link your Amazon Prime account with your Twitch Prime account. That's a bit more complex and has to be renewed periodically. Please check the description or the instructions in the show description below.
This episode of Pachter Factor is brought to you by DeShazer Ryan Realty. Right now, Doug DeShazer has beautiful lots available adjacent to Koocanusa Lake in northwest Montana. Pull up your RV and access the hookups, or build your own construction. Either way, you have access to world-class fishing, hunting, boating, swimming, biking, hiking, and the internet. No matter where you're looking to buy, make Doug DeShazer your real estate consultant at 406-291-1643. That's Doug DeShazer at 406-291-1643.
With that, let's get to today's question from Sifted from Kevin. What are your thoughts on the Grand Theft Auto 6 debut trailer? It was great. Realistically, it showed a lot. It showed that the game is going to take place in Vice City, which is Miami. They showed all sorts of settings. They showed the Keys. They showed Miami Beach. They showed North Miami, which is kind of the ghetto. They showed the Everglades. So they were all over the Miami area, and I think that's really interesting. That is not consistent with what I have heard about the game, so I'll give you guys some insight. I have heard that the game is taking so long to get out, or has taken so long, 10 years now and counting, because they're putting it in multiple locations, that it will be in all of Liberty City, Vice City, and San Andreas, as well as another location, which I understood to mean another continent, I think Europe, but it could be South America. The point is, I actually think this trailer is trailer number 1. It was numbered, and it's going to show you Vice City. The next one will show you Liberty City. The next one will show you San Andreas, and the last one will show you the new location. We'll see if I'm right. I heard it from somebody working on the game. So it's entirely possible if that was too ambitious and they cut it and it's going to be all in Vice City, but I'll bet not. The second thing that really interested me is that they set it up as a modern day Bonnie and Clyde. That's a pretty obscure reference for those of you under 60, but Bonnie and Clyde were a very famous gangster married couple who kind of robbed a bunch of banks throughout the South in the 1920s, and look them up. There was a famous movie with Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway about that. Really good movie, by the way, 1967. But Bonnie and Clyde, the woman was just as badass as the man, and we had that in GTA 6. So I think it's really cool that there's a female protagonist. I am really infamous for saying that GTA 3, which is the first of the Rockstar games back in 2001, wouldn't work because nobody wants to play a bad guy. Boy, was I wrong. So I think not only do people want to play a bad guy, I think they want to play a bad girl. And so I think having two protagonists is really smart. I think that's got a lot of crossover appeal. There are a ton of women gamers now. Probably since 2001, the number of people playing games, females playing games, has tripled or quadrupled. So really a lot of hardcore women. I think that's cool. Not to say that all women want to play women. I'm sure that women like playing NBA as well, but I think it's really smart of the Rockstar guys. So the trailer looked great. I am very, very confident the game is going to sell supremely well. It said PS5 and Xbox Series. We'll see if they have a PS4 and Xbox One version. I don't know. That's the only thing that I could see limiting sales. But my God, it's going to be the biggest game ever. And the last thing about the trailer, it said 2025. The company has said that their next fiscal year, which starts April 1st, 2024, is going to be giant, $8 billion in revenue, which is about $2.5 billion higher. that year ends March 31st, 2025. So the implication is GTA is coming in the first quarter. Let's be real. No GTA game has ever launched in the first quarter. Ever. 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 The only one that's ever launched outside of the September, October, November window, which is holiday window, is GTA 4, which came out in April, and that's April of 08, and that's only because it was announced to be coming out in fall of 2007 and was delayed. So there's never been a GTA game planned and announced for a month other than September, October, November. Realistically, I think all but 2 have been in November. So I would say this game is planned for September of 25, and Take-Two's going to have to back off of that guidance. So it doesn't matter. It's coming regardless. You're going to get to play it. And I think the more interesting aspect of all that is, will we start to see pieces of the map unlocked in GTA Online? I'm betting yes. I said with Shane a couple months ago when I taped the last of these, that I thought you'd get missions, and Shane disagreed with me because he said you can't really take missions because they're not in an order and it's open world and you discover missions as you want to. You can open up pieces of the map, so you can open up like, hey, I'm playing GTA Online and oh my God, there's a new place that is North Miami, and let me play whatever I can find in North Miami. And then a month or 2 later, here's Miami Beach, and then a month or 2 later, here's the Everglades, and a month or 2 later, here's the Keys, and a month or 2 later, here's downtown South Manhattan. They can keep it going for a long, long time, which I think would drive a ton of interest in GTA 6. You'll get people who have invested time playing aspects of GTA 6 before it comes out. If I were I would start that around a year before launch. So look for that around September of 24. You heard it here first. And I'm saying it because it makes sense. The Rockstar guys are not as much about making money as they are about delighting their consumers and selling more units and getting more people to play their games, because they actually genuinely believe that that's their job, to entertain the most number of people possible. This is how you get there. Make GTA Online free to play. Let 100 million people explore, Vice City, and then explore Liberty City, explore San Andreas, explore Latin America or Europe or wherever the other location is. And you're going to sell 100 million copies of the game as soon as it comes out. And so I think that's the way. And I think you could do stuff like in GTA Online, you can earn credits toward purchasing GTA 6, or you can unlock weapons that are available when you purchase or download GTA 6. So lots of ways to integrate. And I'm basing all this on a very innocuous comment that I got from Take-Two management, which is when we launched GTA Online, it was an afterthought. We had built GTA 5, and we had not started work on GTA Online. After GTA 5 came out, it took them a year. We launched GTA Online, and it's been built ever since as a standalone game, that was based on GTA 5, but not planned at the same time. This time around, we've been planning GTA Online and how we're going to change it and improve it as long as we've been working on GTA 6. So my bias is they're signaling to me the two experiences are going to be really well integrated, and you're going to have a lot of GTA Online aspects that are unlockable in GTA 6, and a lot of GTA 6 is unlockable in GTA Online. Look, I'm not smart enough to opine on the social media aspect of the game. I understand that the protagonists are posting all the time, and they get a following, and makes them like populists, and they're bragging, and that's why I said Bonnie and Clyde. Watch that movie, and you'll understand. Bonnie and Clyde were like folk heroes because the way that they postured themselves. We're not robbing banks to make us rich. We're robbing banks because they're screwing you during the Depression. The truth is they're robbing banks to make themselves rich. So sure, in the game, that's one aspect of it, to win over the audience. I don't think there's anything that they can do with that more than just kind of use it as an artifice to kind of make it more topical and modern. But I could be wrong. Like I'm not the guy who, like, I post on Facebook once a year. You know, I don't use LinkedIn at all. I watch TikTok cat videos. I've never posted one. I do tweet, but I mean, honestly, I did that because it was a news source. So I'm the wrong guy to ask. I honestly have no idea if they're going to integrate. I do expect that they will start using social media as a marketing tool. And so you'll get like the Twitter page for the protagonists, and they'll post, you know, that they robbed something just to drive interest. But other than a marketing tool, I don't really understand how they're going to integrate it into the game. And the truth is, movie studios have been doing this for a long time. I mean, there actually is like a Batman Twitter account, you know, or a Terminator Twitter account where the Terminator posts. So sure, they'll do that. You guys, I'm going to leave it to you to figure it out, because I'm just not the most accomplished social media user, and I cannot conceive of how they're going to do it. What I will say is they're pretty smart, and they're pretty astute, and they're going to figure out the best way to get you, the consumer, engaged, and that's one aspect of engagement. But I can't opine on how they're going to use it, because I don't get it well enough to opine. Thank you for joining us on Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. Reminder, you know, if you can afford it, a Patreon patronage would be great. If you can afford it, subscribing to YouTube would be great. The easy one, though, is stick it to Amazon. You're already paying for it. You're paying $139 a year. So it's like, you know, something like $11 a month. You're paying $12 a month. You're paying $12 a month for Amazon Prime. And this is free, and they give us a couple of bucks. Stick it to them. It's free. They will pay Shane. It costs you nothing. Please link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch Prime account, even if you're a Patreon patron, and even if you're a YouTube subscriber, because it's free money. And take advantage of your Amazon subscription. You've already paid for it. Why would you not?